Let's go. I'm hyped. I'm actually hyped. I always love to see more and more pros joining in, and I have not seen Matisse play in the Mega Random so far. Actually, maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe we saw one from him in the early days. I feel like there's probably one that I've seen him play, but he doesn't play frequently, right? He's like hard grinding, you know, in the real game. God, but who wants the real game when you can have this magnificent gem? Magnificent gem indeed in this situation. Not too much water, no ratty islands to consider. A weird kind of generation of pass, actually. As you can see, you've got this weird mountain line to kind of block people off to a certain degree. Oh, that was almost perfect. Come on. Dude, is anyone else upset here? I'm like, this is almost big enough for a landmark, but not quite. Could you imagine? Oh, that would be phenomenal. Nobody would ever find it. All right, let's check on the players. So Matisse already found himself a corner on the west side. He already gets the feel for the game. He knows what he needs to do. Playing as the French. A nice choice. Remember what I say, like one of the best civs for utilizing corner spawns is the French because they want to push cavalry, so they don't mind having to go long distances. Allows them to keep away from the action. Away from any repercussions to their greed. Meanwhile, south corner, oh my, is a party. Yeah, this is definitely Salami. He found a corner. That's how I weigh it up. This corner is stacked, by the way. Salami is going to be playing as the HRE, but no HRE nearby. Oh no, instead it's going to be caught to his left hand, playing as the English and aggressive early on Civ, and then even closer on the east side, on his right hand, is Avali. He's actually sandwiched between the Germans. And that is going to be a Mongol player as well. So this could get very dangerous, especially with only one gold vein that's even remotely accessible for Salami. I can see a world in which he gets blocked out and stuck in Feudal Age. We'll have to see if that emerges. Let's check out the other players and how they started, because it looks like Scotty Pippen has started off in the east corner on the Lonesome, playing as the English. Now, Scotty Pippen, if you remember, we saw them the other day. Scotty Pippen, who was questionably donated a game win. It was very clear that they let him win because it was Scottie Pippen's first ever win in Mega Random Nomad. So that was really nice of the guys. They said it was altruistic and there was no ulterior motive behind it. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if I went back and checked like the streams of, I believe it was Salami, Core, and Lash, two of those players which would probably been streaming it. I've got a feeling they probably got a big donation or a big bunch of gifties coming out from Scottie Pippen there. Because, you know, why not? But yeah, that level of coercion I would not put beyond those lads. Okay, I've seen some stuff in these Mega Rams so far, and what I'm seeing from Recon is a very concealed hiding spot here amongst the trees as the HRE. One more HRE player to talk about in the north, though, is Marine Lord, who has a reasonable spawn. It's accessible towards the center. He has some natural defenses around him. Nobody flanking him to the north side, but someone is flanking him to the east side. Adney, the little rat, has found his way into the course. I call him a little rat because I've seen the way Adney's played this sometimes. He's very good at finding ways of surviving. Not too often a way of thriving, though. We'll have to see if it's a different game today, though, for him. And of course, because we are at the start of the game, you know I do like to speed things up to any aggression point. And the aggression's already coming out. As expected, Avali with the outpost crawling, but the counter outpost going up even faster for Salami. The scout moves out, the villager as well, trying to deny it. Looks like Avali's going to have to cancel that plan, but he does force defenses out from Salami already. A frustrating state of affair for him. And if they decide to communicate on this one, they might very quickly pinch this HRE player in the middle. See, in the meantime, has got the move on the side. Outpost to crawl to south. Gold not accessed yet by Salami. This is very dangerous. Okay, it looks like he actually got a surplus to begin with. So he rushed out. He got gold. I don't think he got it elsewhere on the map. He just grabbed it from this area ASAP. And now it looks like he's actually going to build the outpost as well. Really well played here. The villager chase, though. And it's a villager chase where you can't take good trades. Remember, folks, the HRE, they start with their religious figures. So they're able to heal any damage done to their villagers. You aren't able to do the same as the Mongols. So this is a bad move for Avali. One that's not going to yield him any big upside at all. He even has to get rid of the wolf that started to actually bait onto him. So frustrating for Avali. Avali, the only one aggressing onto Salami so far. But that might change in the coming minutes. Core is about to reach up in the feudal, and he is playing as the English, so we know what comes after that. A lot of arrows falling from the sky, usually. Only one player utilizing water so far, by the way. Matisse will bolster his eco this way. Not really seeing anything similar out of other players. Do like this move coming out from Adney, though. He did shift his House of Wisdom into the top corner, where he can actually start to move his main base. A really valuable area, by the way. A lot of gold up here. Is a little bit lacking in the wood, though. Probably will find himself combating with Marine Lord around like the 25-30 minute mark as the initial wood lines dry up. But he always has the option of extending himself to the south side as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get this kind of loose style where Adney basically plays the edge of the map from north to east side. Oh my god, the irony. Salami beaten to the punchline. Oh, wow. This was... I mean, I expected an outpost crawl down here. I don't think I expected an outpost crawl from the HRE player, though. That detail was not expected. Cool. Just, well, maybe I was expecting too much with English aggression. I know how Core likes to play the English, and it's not aggressive. This is your avid King's Palace boomer, you know. You can see he's already moving out to the center with a TC, so yeah, he's just going to play long con. Doesn't have any interest in shutting Salami out early. Just says, Avali, you're all on your own with this one, all right? If you bit off more than you can chew, that's on you. And Avali, well, at least he does have his gold, so he's not going to be locked. But because that outpost that went up, oh, he's still getting one up, so it's going to slow down Salami's tech up. Frustrating as well, because here Salami did build the Arkham Chapel over here to benefit from the gold vein as well. So he won't be happy to see that blocking his path. Will force a side investment into a blacksmith and into a ram or into 5 to 6 man at arms to try and burn it down. And that pull, well, it's only going to be for the wood. I think, yeah, he only just realized he has vision on it. But it's too late. Like, that's going up. Even with the formation shuffle, it's not going to get you in quick enough. That outpost is a success for Avali. The torches instantly come out. Need a garrison here. Avali, no! Gets in just in time, but one villager is not going to do enough damage here. He really was hoping to go unnoticed until the arrow slits came through. As you can see, Salami will just pull that prelate to make sure any damage done whatsoever will not exist. Avali only now reaching feudal. Hadn't built any military units. Maybe a mistake there. As now it looks like Salami will be able to boom ahead of him. Remember, Salami has already been in feudal for a little bit of time here. Hard onto the food, now switching over to the gold. Looks like it's going to be a quick castle up, and after that, it might be a quick game over for Avali. And there's the TC pull to the north side we've been expecting out of Adney. Similarly, Sky, he makes a TC to the north of his base, consolidating the eastern corner. Recon, Ratcon over here, playing with a very condensed base layout. Will tech up ASAP ahead of everyone else, no pressure on him. Pressure in the meantime going out into Salami, and Salami, it looks like he's trying to get the static defenses up to protect him here. Prelate taking heavy damage to the Khan, but that Khan does need to pull back ASAP. And Avali at least gets the vital info that Salami's playing Ultra Greed, planning for multi-TCs here. The problem is, what do you do to stop this? How can you stop this? You're slowed down on your own eco, right? Like, you barely had the berries. You had to fight tooth and nail to get access to that, to get rid of the outposts. That meant you had to go hard onto the pastures early on, and it means you're very stunted in your military growth. Now, in some ways, you can get away with that because HRE players don't tend to go into military early on. The issue, however, is that Salami should be able to reach castle soon. And when he does, the aggression will ramp up in the blink of an eye. Meanwhile, in the meantime, looks like he's going to gather his second relic up, so he feels very happy and confident about the state of the game here, as nobody's really going to contest him up north. I feel like Adney isn't really the type of player to try and dive in on Marine Lord early on. He'll look to eco boom up, especially playing as a civ like the Abbasids, and that could be to his downside, because I feel like you're going to be beaten to the punchline there, right? The HRE can get to Imperial by the time you're in castle, and I wouldn't be surprised if he turns his attention north, because it's the most logical play now for Marine Lord. From this position, he wants to take a corner, right? Otherwise, you run this risk of a flank attack at any given time. Like more gold from Marine Lord. He'll even make sure he picks up the sacred sites in the center where nobody's likely to contest him. Salami is now into the stables. Hasn't made his way up just yet. Looks like it's going to be 3 TCs instead, so delays his castle age. Bolsters his eco, but needs to be a little bit careful about this because if Core does ever get involved, Salami has no resources, right? Like, look at what he's got. It's mainly wood, and he'll burn through that fast now with 3 TCs. Like, his eco is going to be ridiculously fast at depleting lines. And you have to remember, like, 3 TCs for any Civ with this limited resource will burn through it fast. It's even more so true for the HRE that have the Holy Inspiration. A 40% buff to gathering rates, like, it's not the same as the Chinese supervising, right? When the Chinese supervise, all this fine resources, like, there's an extra 20% there. When you play as the HRE, this resource deposit, like, it's going 40% faster. It's gone 40% faster. And that means you have to play out from the safety of your initial starting holds much quicker. While you're playing that way, Avali's playing quick on the tech up. Make his way up now with a step readout. So he's going to prep himself to go hard with the archers. And with the blacksmith as well, this will be a fast siege coming out from the Mongol. Understands long-term he can't survive with this neighbor here. Marine Lord cracks Imperial Age with the blink of an eye. Doesn't take him long at all. Wouldn't expect it to in this kind of state of affairs. Not really harassed by anyone in this game. And is that going to be a Pro Scouts play? It is. Interesting choice here. So he's actually going to keep condensed good value for a very long time around this Archon Chapel, and it's exactly why he's able to achieve these tech timings. We don't usually see Pro Scouts that often, but it is really good on Mega Random, just because there's so many deer patches, right? There's 8 players on the map. There's 2 patches of deer per player, if I recall correctly, which means that you've got a total of 16 patches to go and pick up, and at least half of them won't be being utilized by players. Pretty switched on, actually. Not many people would play into this at all. I think this actually might be one of the hidden tricks of Mega Random Nomad, though. Like, not many people do it, but it's so high value to go for Pro Scouts. I think the reason people don't want to do it is because it's very tedious to manage, right? Compared to just switching to farms when you're not pressured. But, like, it's very optimal for quick attacking times. And then you can obviously catch up the farms later. I feel like it gives you an early time to potentially harass a player. I feel like Pro Scouts could be very big in the tournament, just so you have the ability to try and take out a player sooner. And of course, taking out players will net you points in that tournament, so will be very important. This game happening just before the tournament. I think it happened, not today, I think it was yesterday. I'm going to speed this 2 times, won't go too fast here. A calming moment here. This looks like Core trying to stabilize himself in the center, was trying to yoink some relics, maybe yoink some Sacred Site control. But we know Marine Lord has already been dominating that area. Pressure should start to ramp up soon. Outpost being constructed. Trebuchets as well. And now the pressure begins. Salami, he can slow this down somewhat with the emergency repairs, but over time, the creep of siege is going to become overwhelming here. He does need to get a defense force online soon. Main thing he can afford in this area will be Horsemen. A hard Horseman push could be good here, considering that so far Avali has only pushed into crossbows. Might be difficult to dive or spring with upgraded outpost, though, which I'm expecting to come out soon from Avali. It's starting to be blitzed through here. Matisse is starting to build out a network here. I like this, actually. The outpost crawls towards the kind of crossroads of the map, right? Towards these choke points as well as the sacred sites. He wants early warnings if anyone tries to aggress towards him. Now also is going to double utilize that, so he switches over not just from the scouting vision, but also now protection layer for the trade route. He will trade very well here because I believe, yeah, he did go for the Chamber of Commerce. Interesting choice here. We've seen a lot of players do this when they're playing the French, especially when they get a safe start. Does end up sacrificing your quicker production speeds on all your cavalry units, though. Which means that when we move in the later game, going into knights might be less desirable than it usually is for the French, but it is still feasible when you have this much room to build up a stable district. Trebs up to 4 now. Outpost quickly starting to crumble for Salami. Emergency repairs, you can see the issue with this, like it's on cooldown for so long. 45 seconds is quite a long time before trebuchets whittling you down. Remember that every time Avali burns anything, he's getting paid as well. It's not going to take him long to burn through these things. TC exposed. Emergency repairs can slow this down. We'll need to use it soon. In fact, if he waits for the second round, he loses the TC. So yeah, taps it out straight away. Forces, are they building? Salami, he actually teched up the Burgrave Palace, got forced to do so. I don't blame him either. It's not a bad play here. Like, how would you use a Regnant's Cathedral? There's nothing in this area. What I do blame him for is the push. What is this? Man-at-Arms up against crossbows is not an ideal choice here, and it means that you will not be able to take the first fight. Langsneck would have been better. Spearman would have been better. Anything would have been better than this, because the crossbowmen are going to get their heavy bonus damage up against you here. Also, keep in mind, no marching drills yet. This was coming out slowly for Salami, but slowly is the problem here. Might take you a little bit too long. TC now far. No way to repair that quick enough. Navali looking very cozy to take control of this bottom corner. There we go. This is the power, right? Like, in between going after the objectives, just take out these farms. Like, if you hit them with a traction trebuchet shot, it sets them on fire. In fact, it will kill them. And the importance of that, right, is that you get paid every time. 25 food, 25 gold. And your opponent, like, they spent 75 wood on this as well, so there's a very big deficit between the two players. Traction Treb rolls back just in time. Spriels need to be careful as they're being outnumbered by the Mongol here, as Avali has 3 in the field. One of them is drunk and AFK, though. Big mistake made there. He was focused on getting additional outposts up. Crossbows will just look to be the front vanguard here. Arkin Chapel taking heavy damage. Springles trading out. 1 left on each side. Repair crew coming out. The hard villager pull a lot of villagers. Salami, he brings them all in. He's going for the torch down. He's going to be forced to fight. Gets the shivs out under the crossbows. The Yam movement speed can back away here. The attack speed arrow. Avali's going to stand his ground and massacre through the HRE peasantry. It's going to cost him a lot of his crossbows, but he's getting a lot of value out of this. No mangonels in the field, so Avali not able to exploit that. But as he falls back, as the outposts get into play, the Sprilled upgrades are going to do a lot of damage here. No textiles, so Salami going to lose a lot of villages in this process. He at least traps in the Khan, but the Khan is going to matter very little to Avali because he's stable right now. Man-at-Arms and villagers pushing even deeper. Crossbow standing their ground. Shivs coming out, but the outpost damage starting to stack up. The Springles doing too much damage here. 60 per shot, insta-hitting the villagers. Insta-killing them, rather. Trebs trying to peel away. They won't get out of range, though. The torches are good enough. Second round of torches coming out. 2 trebuchets down, but a heavy loss now for Salami. Salami is sacrificing arms and legs to stay in this game. You throw him in the ocean, you can call him Bob. That's all he's going to do, bob up and down. Not really going to be able to do much else. Villagers depleted down to 30. After all that effort to boom up, he is now 25 behind Avali. And Avali looking like he's going to take full control soon. So they're fighting tooth and nail. They need to be careful, though, because to the west, Core is becoming a lethal threat here. Imperialed up, stacking his army. He'll probably look to just take control of this corner himself soon. And it'll be easy to do so. I mean, these guys, they've been bloodying each other for the last 10, 15 minutes. And it means neither of them has actually been able to boom up to any considerable degree that they'd be able to match any other player in this game. Even Skadi Pippin, who, you know, we talked about Skadi, who maybe wasn't seen as the most competitive player. We weren't sure what to expect because he was given a free win in the free-for-all. But he's sitting up in Imperial. He's got his own corner. He's feeling pretty chill and vibe in this game. Recon, the rat attempt for the pass to Swabi far out. Love this. Love the way he splits it up a little bit. And oh, speaking of split it up, Avali, I don't think you've got a permit to be in HRE territory, sir. I'm not sure if Recon will allow this indefinitely either. We'll go for the 2 times. Things are slowed down for the moment. Reload on the north side is going to get sandwiched soon, though. You can see Adney is starting to encroach upon him, and also Matisse is moving this direction. With the gold hats as well, Arbitrary is fully stacked up and ready to fight. Marine Lord, if he gets assaulted on 2 fronts, I don't know how long you can hold under that pressure. Especially if Adney fully commits to the assault. Springald stacks coming out from Avali. We'll look to address the counterweight trebuchets, and Salami is going to be forced to pack up and move away. Springals need to be a little bit careful. Nice snipe out there on one of the Springals. Now they'll peel back towards the outposts, which are being upgraded with the Springald defenses. Mangonel's now coming to play. That's going to be big. The reason that play worked last time for Salami, no saturation, no AoE, but this time around, the Mangonels are going to be there. It looks like Avali has switched up the strategy, isn't relying on trebuchets anymore to end the game fast. Just wants to drag Salami into this sluggish fight that he can never win. Speed it up a little bit. Assault is getting slow. Avali understands this too well. You know the meta, and so do I. So do I. Just build outposts non-stop, crawling in. Use it to stabilize your push. The Sprinals make it very difficult to dive, even for heavily armored units like Man-at-Arms. Like, this is the thing that makes it very oppressive, right? Like, a Man-at-Arms against arrow-based defense is very good for missile resistance. Against a Sprinal that does 60 damage, it's pretty irrelevant. Like, you're not even removing 10% of the damage you take from a Sprinal there, right? Because remember, although these Sprinals do 30, the ones in the towers still do 60 for some godforsaken reason. And it is absurd. This farm's going down. Salami, I'm not sure what the play is anymore. Food isn't good, right? All his farms are here. I think he's done. He'll have one big hurrah, but outside of a miraculously phenomenal fight, right? One where Avali would probably have to misstep twice. I don't see how you get the wiggle room anymore. Maybe if there's a backstab. Looks like that is underway. Avali. Ooh, no. Worst case situation. We said he didn't have a permit to be in Recon's territory. Recon is going to punish him, so limited gold available to Avali. Problematic situation. And Core! He goes in to save Salami! The wraparound! I thought he'd wait, but he refused to wait any longer. He's actually going to punish Avali and keep them both dogs in this game. Well, he looks like a god. I mean, honestly, this is like showing up on a primitive planet with lasers and future tech. Like, what is this that you have? Something you'll never have, sir. Keeps them down in the mark. And Salami uses that to push out and get rid of the outpost defenses. Core, what is going on here? Him and Avali are clearly no longer friends. The question mark is whether Core done this to just punish Avali or if he's going to punish both. Would be pretty scummy to only punish one. You know, and Avali's gone. He just calls it. He knows when it's done. There's no way back in, right? Denied on the goal to the north side by Recon. Raided in by Core. Stuck in this eternal fight with Salami like he has no choice. And it looks like Core had a choice. He could continue, but instead he backs up. So it looks like there maybe was a little bit of teaming going on here. Core clearly showing his bias towards meat-based pizzas here. Will allow Salami to live for the moment. I wonder what he promised him. I am curious to know. Marine Lord. Has he started to bulk under pressure yet? Doesn't look like there's been any harder soldiers yet. Matisse, he's been probing, but he hasn't fully committed. Apparently, Salami simply asked if Core could help him. I don't believe that's... someone else is going on here. Paid favors. That's what I'm calling it. Paid actors. Core is like, from one rat to another, I will oblige you. Poor Avali, though. I mean, he was doing a good job of actually, like, applying the pressure. I guess it's like, oh, Mongol pickers, kill them, right? Maybe that was kind of the thought process. That's why he chose to help him. Wow, Salami really does hate Avali. Like, he's not the Mongol player. He doesn't get paid to do this, by the way. I just want to point that out. This is just spite at this point. Get out of my neighborhood. This is my area. I need it. Meanwhile, Matisse, are we seeing any serious move yet? I feel like no. Oh, he's going to have his attention drawn south, though, because it looks like Core's starting to engage there. And Matisse, where is the army right now? He's got 60 in the field, but I just don't know what they're doing. Playing power cake with themselves in a corner by the looks of it. Wow, he dove in. So, first line of cavalry lost. Military still up to 60. And there it is. Arbitraries move across. Peppering into the Knights of the English. Core can just ignore them and go deeper, though. No walls up here. Matisse, he never really fully enveloped himself, right? He didn't get the stone walls up in the chokes. He didn't wrap round at all, so Core is free to just roam across the vast French territory here. With little to no reprieve coming out from Matisse. Adney, still in chill mode, really. Hasn't been harassed by anyone. I feel like him and Skadi might start fighting very soon. You know, maybe Adney wanted a little bit of vengeance. Remember that game we saw Skadi win? Adney was in it as well, but he decided he wanted to be the center player. Dude really loves his yellow color. Just raid in. Just massacring a bunch of villagers. Now targeting on the docks to slow down the eco of Matisse. But Matisse has plenty of reserves. I'm going to speed this up because I feel like we've reached a stalemate point, but not for long. Recon starting to push in. Oh, this is going to be a problematic fight now for Scotty Pippen. Langstack in the mix as well. Really effective up against the MAA. And look at the cleave damage. No, the miss micro. Scotty! What are you doing? Oh, no, no, no. Scotties can slow you down, but in this, it seems like it slowed down his brain. I don't know what that was. He got stuck in the choke point. I think he missed micro. He had the hand cannoneers there as well, and they just got cleaned up. Langsneck will obliterate you in that situation. Maximum punishment done. Now Recon can start to extend in this eastern corner, targeting out the landmarks. Landmarks that are a little bit split, mind you. It wouldn't take him too long to find all of them. Caught, still on the prowl. Gets a kind of reconnaissance the entire base of his opponent in the north here. Meanwhile, what you would give for a Wallowall opportunity here if only you had a relic. So many villages you could be taken to your side here. And in the meantime, is going to start being raided by Marine Law. He's had enough of this. Understandable. While there's aggression coming from Core onto Matisse, he should take this opportunity to extend north. Naturally, you always want to be taking the corner, right? You want to push into a corner so you can't be sandwiched. That's why we're seeing Recon commit hard into the right side here. Denies the keep from going up. Bombard sniping through all the defenses. I feel like Skadi is not long for this world, folks. In fact, we're going to even speed it up a little bit. Core still has a small Vanguard remaining here. This has been a pain in the arse of Matisse. He's basically just been Benny Hillsing this for the last 5 minutes. Hasn't been able to aggress as a result of it. Looks like he'll finally move out to build the walls. Too little too late, though. Some damage being done. Now, spots the TC in the north, and a House of Wisdom that was rebuilt up here. He tries to wall himself in, but a quick move by the man-at-arms Langsneck. This quick walling won't work. The torch damage will be too heavy. And he blocks him from getting the one tile there. Oh, big detail. And now he's in, so it looks like Adney's in a bit of trouble, because if he finds the primary TC, which he did, and he did start to torch it, Marino could very quickly get rid of the only Abbasid player in this game. Recon slowly making his way through everything that Skadi has left, and Skadi really has nothing left. 6 military, he's given up. No goal, no will to fight on here. No enclosures gains because nobody's manning the farms. Looks like he's given up on the game, so he will be going out. Frustration demands he pulls all the villages towards the bombards at least. They will get limited damage here. They'll get through the bombards, and that's going to be about it. Meanwhile, Horseman stacking up from Marine Lord as he marches out. House of Wisdom, not going to be defended. Bombards start to assault upon it. And now the man-at-arms, they look to regroup and dive into the primary TC. A primary TC, this unguarded Adney, trying to rely upon static defenses. Too little, too late, my friend. Repair crew tries to keep the town center alive, but the Horsemen can massacre them and then blitz the building. Just a few Langsneck in the mix. It won't take long to get through those villages either. And I think Adney, he's got plenty of wood. I just don't know if it's going to be good enough for the villager. Poor Adney! He offers up every single one of his people as tribute here, as Marine Lord is slowly summoning a blood god. I would not agree, folks. If I was one of those villages and you tried to click me to go there, I'd be like, nope. Nope, 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 nope. We used to be the Abbasid Empire, but now I'm going to be my own country because I'm done with this BS. And it looks like Adney is too. House of Wisdom down. Nothing left to be taught here. Town center in crumbling ruins will lead to his demise as another player is eliminated. Only 2 down so far. You can see how another one's soon going to be on the line. As it looks like there's not much left of Pippin's base over here. Recon has at least let up for the moment. Says it's not in my nature to let any traces of your civilization exist. Everything has to be torched down. Meanwhile, Salami did start trading. Is stabilizing somewhat in the corner. Has extended out as well. This goes on a mass lumber mission here. Looks like Pippin, the Great Migration. The problem is you can't migrate your landmarks, sir. So they're a little bit stuck, and Recon is going to find it soon. You see he's torched the main base. He should start looking north, and when he does, you're pretty much done. Marine Lord, now that he's done with the north, he can fully focus upon Matisse in the south. Matisse that might be in a little bit of a pickle if CoRes continues to try and raid into the French territory. The Frenchman is looking like the dominant threat, right? The most players are going to want to target out at this rate. So you can see. In fact, if you look at the score, yeah, so Matisse, top notch for CoRes as well. 3 clearly ahead here. Recon just kind of lingering in the center. Kind of like, hello. Not exactly the biggest threat to anyone right now. Does want to reclaim this area. Remember, he lost his Pulse of Swabia over in this area. It'll be bittersweet vengeance to take out a player while also reclaiming your village printer. Fight between the French and the HRE here. Push him with the Lang Snake. Heavy damage being done. The Lang Snake not being focus fight down. That means the Arbitraries are just mincemeat here. Swinging the sword and 3 heads gone per swing. And now the Flood Fruit. Horseman jumping on top of those Royal Cannons. A pricey loss for Matisse. Mistakes have been made here. Did not split up his forces. Did not stagger the formation. And ultimately was punished for it. My, oh my. Snakes. He's going to need to fix fast here, because you can see Marine Lord, he's stacking up additional aggression. He's not going to slow down anytime soon. He's now denying the gold gains as well, so no more trade coming in for Matisse. He'll have to find his resources elsewhere. Cool. Looks like he's insulated himself. Definitely a stronghold player. Could tell by the double layering. Oh, wait. No, oh. Keeps not in close, sir. Sir, you missed a spot. Fix that fast, thank you. Oh, wait. Ooh. Yep, fix it here. This is starting to look like a game of Stronghold from him, honestly. I actually love it. And that's why as well. He's building the wonder. CoRes going for it. And I think the timing... Oh, I can't believe I'm going to say it again. We say it so often. The timing might be a little bit greedy from CoRes. There's an opportunity to now punish him. Unless Salami has decided to be his vassal. Unless he's his pet dog now. And he's going to protect him. Because, honestly, once the 2 big boys, right, Matisse and Marine Lord, start to pay attention to CoRes, like, Salami could snake his way in and end the game. Or end the game for CoRes anyway. We'll just have to see. I've got a feeling he's going to be a pet, though. Yeah, I can kind of smell it on him, right? I can smell the servitude. You peon. All right, let's speed this up a little bit, because now we reach the point where they're not going to aggress each other, right? This is the point where it's like it's a mutual reset, and now you stack forces and move towards the wonder. Cool. Hasn't really got big reserves to survive long-term against the pressure of multiple players either. So this could get dicey fast. March forward by Marine Lord. Looking for an entrance that he will not find. Oh, wait. CoRes, you're being too nice. You need to wall this, sir. Stop allowing Salami trade. There is actually a long route in. And the pathing is finding it. Like, Marine Lord, like, he's smart. What he's done, he clicked where the wonder is, and it's just finding a way. Right now, Marine Lord is the AI in a tower defense game. It's like, oh, yep, there's a way. There always has to be a way. It's one of the rules. Looks like CoRes might fix that now, though, because he can start to wall this area in. Although, it looks like those walls aren't going to last long as Matisse is on the high ground, Annie. Starting to push through. Wolves trying to go up. And Marine Lord has slowed down to get rid of the outpost defenses. Recon? Where is Recon in all this? I feel like Recon... Recon is dealing with his grudge. I knew it. I knew it. After the way he played the last game, I knew it. He's like, I don't care about your stupid wonder. I have vengeance to enact. No move in. All in all is going to sting a little bit, but this should be enough horsemen to finish off poor little Pippin. And Pippin, he wanted to be part of the wonder denial. There's no wonder why he won't be able to in this game. Horseman trying to get through him. It is going to be tough, though. I don't think this is going to work in one foul punch, but wait. Pippin repair. Oh, my God. Pippin, why is he not repairing right now? This is a mistake. If he repaired, he stays alive here. But the horseman, this is too many horsemen now. It's just enough to finish him off, and that's the last landmark. There's none left. Pippin's out. And what an obtuse way to go out, folks. I mean, the remaining horsemen, just enough torch damage. Wait, no, he's going to keep it alive. Oh, my God, it's a miracle. That was too close for comfort. 500 health remaining. The Berkshire Pass will survive. Recon is now under pressure himself. Dun, 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 dun. I need to stop. I really need to stop. Speaking of stopping, Marine Lord seems to have done that. No proxy base, no hard push, no unlimited push through, actually. Like, yeah, his horseman peeled off. He got rams prepped. This is pretty cool. He's going to open up a second front. I like this approach. If he plays in the same condensed area, it allows Mangonels to be more effective, and it also means you get crossfire, right? You start to friendly fire, because in this situation, Matisse and Marine Lord are unlikely allies. If he breaches a different area of the wall, you're not going to have that friendly fire, and also it forces Core to divide his forces, and that should allow you to gradually gain ground, instead of this being a one-on-one slog in a tight area. Meanwhile, Recon will get rid of the army from Pippin, and yeah, this should be the end of the road. Yeah, he's done. He GG's out. So Pippin's gone, and now Recon can join the fray. Salami, of course, still yet to make a single move towards Core. He's essentially playing as if he already got eliminated, which, in fairness, was true. He was basically done in this game. He only comes back from the dead by Core's grace. Cool. Starting to feel that pressure. Time is not necessarily on the Assaulter side here, which is why Marine Lord's moving fast through the breach. As the Rams make their way in, the Bombard's going to wheel back for the moment. He needs to actually sync this up with Matisse. Matisse a little bit slower off the mark, though, as he's pushing full static forces. No cavalry in the mixer. An internal wall hasn't been put up, by the way, so Core, a flood through, could just blitz him down if he's not careful. Has got a lot of static defenses here, though. Outposts that have been upgraded with the cannons will make it very difficult to breach. Also remember, all this infrastructure, unless you get rid of it, it creates natural choke points, which means any melee composite you're building is discounted by this configuration from Core. And remember, Core doesn't need to outright win the fights in the melee as well. If you can just make it like 2 units attacking each other at a time, it takes too long, right? It's an awkward queue at that stage, and the amount of time that it takes to try and get through one line of defenses at that point means that you're very close to a wonder victory. It's pretty crafty. Salami finally makes Imperial. Just in time for the end of the game at this rate. The question mark is whether he's going to send the regards from the Lannisters, right? Is he going to give the wraparound here? It doesn't look like that's ever going to occur. Because right now, Core's just sitting here going, Salami, my little pet, learn from me. Salami's like, Core-san, you teach so well. Much learn I have. I don't know why they speak like that. Actually, that was the incorrect voice, right? It's Koi-san. Mushi mushi. Followed by some weird kind of anime girl laughs. That really is Salami in this game. He's just Core's pet. Recon now joining the assault. This really is the Crusaders. Ironically, not against the Abbasids, like it would fit historically though. But Core is kind of, you know, he's playing that role. Siege of Jerusalem underway. And you know what? That feels like an appropriate way to sum this one up, the Siege of Jerusalem, because not many of them worked out for the Crusaders, and I'm not sure if this is going to be one of the few successes they had. Doesn't look like it anyway. Hand Cannoneers holding in the breach. Bombards need to break the walls anew. Try to flood through. 6 minutes away from a Core victory. Need to be careful as well. Remember, they can attack each other as they flood through here. That's why he says, oh, you first. So Marine Lord will try to go through. First time around. Oh, the wood line! Core's greed. It comes back to bite him, and he's going to open a second wood line here. A second way in. More reinforcements coming through slowly but surely. Core is going to back up for the moment. He's going to be exposed on the eastern front here. Needs to address that ASAP. Villages are being raided now. Core has not got much in reserve here. Barely any gold to work with. It's relying upon that trickle in. Marine Lord. Just trying to get rid of the eco first. He doesn't want to allow Core to reinforce. He assumes he doesn't have much in reserve, and he's somewhat right. The gold is lacking. Wrap around, trying to head straight towards that wonder, but it's going to be a bait if you do. You have to address the main army and go together because it's static defenses that are going to hold this area, and they are going to hold strong. A lot of cannons in the mixer from Core. Front line holding, refusing to fold. Right now, Marine Lord's looking like the one's going to have to fold here. Reinforcements haven't arrived. He's been betrayed. Matisse is not pushing in. He's taking too long. The call to arms was not heard, my lord. And my lord will be gone. Recon alongside him. Salami's still sitting in the corner. Yeah, senpai. The whole while. Saying, ooh woo, you woo, Corsan, very big. At what point are these voices getting uncomfortable? Well, no matter how uncomfortable they're not getting as uncomfortable as this game right now. Matisse resorting to Rams here. He's in desperate trouble right now. The reinforcements take too long to arrive. They've got one more push because of the delay on this. Recon stacking up as many horsemen as possible, even mixing the Langstick. I love this. The Langstick could actually win this. The Langstick could come incredibly clutch in this fight. Just have to see if they can make it quick enough. Walls have been reconstructed by Core. Still only 2 layers. It's not an attack on time enthusiast. Have to be careful, my weeb's starting to show. And here come the cuties. Horsemen in, Rams. Why didn't you even build these? It's like, we will defeat them. They are simply mere dogs in the face of our siege engineering. What do you mean they have horse? That is against the rule of the English, artists. And that was pretty much the story of the French siege. Matisse decides to go in with a keep crawl instead, but this is, I don't know, dog. I don't think this is it. A keep crawl is a little bit slow here with what you're up against. This might be a problem. Oui. Je de la baguette, what he said. They need to get this right in unison. They have one attempt. One final time into the breach. Marine Lord breaks through. Wasting time on farms, not advised here. Those knights need to go, and they need to go fast. Plug a nitrous can up their ass and hit it, because you got to get moving. 2 minutes away from a victory for Core. Trying to wrap round. Core will shift in place to object to that. Meanwhile, Spears will hold the push from Matisse at bay. Matisse, he should be the one pushing knights, but he can't afford it. And these horsemen are going to trade poorly here. The keep crawling a little bit too slow. The rush through, it gives an opening. Recon, he strikes, he goes in. But the choke points, they work against him. He needs to torch his way through. The stable's holding back. And the forces will hold him at bay. The torch damage taking a little bit too long here. The march forward, Marine Lord, he breaks up his forces. He goes deeper and deeper. But the line of outposts now revealed. You have a minute and a half to go. Marching through. Torches out, looking on the TC, but instead you need to be looking onto the Cathedral of St. Thomas. The Cathedral of St. Thomas that is insulated the east side here. And the line spread out, but damn does Core look fine here. Too much reproduction coming out. The keep crawl is achieving nothing for Matisse. All forces will divert to the south side. The push through is coming to an end fast. Matisse, he's not here to renew the push. Recon has lost his army, and so has Marine Lord. They cannot do it. It's a minute out, and I do not see any way in which you get troops to the front line quick enough. Beast Shrine, Marine Lord replenishes his lines, tries to push through once more, but the bombard's taking a little bit too long. Less than a minute to go until a core dub. Matisse, he took the methodical approach, trying to get through all the infrastructure. A smart choice if you do it earlier, as it will slow the reproduction rates of Core's army. But at this stage, it is too late for that strategy. Maybe 5 minutes ago, but now, no. 30 seconds out from Crown and Core. And what a way to do it. What a way to do it, folks. With how many players? 6 remaining on the map. All he needed was Salami to agree to not do anything. As Salami is in right now, with his Attack on Titan mode. The Scout Battalion is out, but I mean, you're still a loser in my eyes. CoRes the only winner here. He takes the dub. It's a wonder victory for Core.